How much really bad?
I think it's just a little bit dry or something. This one is very short, right? So driving in difficult conditions, it's small, very small topic because it's pretty understandable. Difficult conditions, there are so many. Let's go. Using your lights to be seen by other drivers, you must light your vehicle once the sun is setting. Pretty simple, right? Doesn't need much more explanation. Can you be driving a car without lights in the dark? Not possible. On lead roads, on lead road mean they call it electric pole. They know they light not the road now. That's on lead road. Drive with the main beam headlights to see as far forward as possible. In built-up areas, and countrysides. Main beam headlights, we know what is main beam now. Main fork, that big headlamp. Now it be main beam headlight. To avoid dazzling, change to deep headlights when passing or following another road user. I believe that's I'm certain that nobody here has never sat in a car at night and then somebody flashed the headlamp and enter your eye. All of us have witnessed this now. All of us, it's impossible. You cannot be even as a passenger. Some man will just move headlamp and say, wow, your eye dark. You ask and say, now which door man that? Everywhere you know no driving. Maybe so. Yes, even if you don't know, you feel that effect. Okay, then think about the person on the steering wheel. How does it feel? That's what they're talking about, dazzling. So as a good driver, when coming and you see another car coming, you dip your headlamps, you put it down to avoid dazzling the other road user. Are we there? Or when following another car, because if you put that headlamp so, bang, will follow mama back. We have what they call the rear view mirror. You adjust it so that you can see behind, not so. Okay, so the mirror is pointed directly to the driver's eye because you don't need to turn your head too much to see behind. All you do is lift your eye a little bit and you're seeing if there's a vehicle behind you. Meaning that if somebody is coming from behind and flashes those headlamps, they will reflect on the mirror and come back to the driver's eye. Not so. When even following another car, the car in front of you is already showing you part of the way. So use deep headlamps. Low beams, you push it down. Not so. Are we there? Lead roads. Better road than that one they will receive for Yaoundé. We open an electrical. Drive with deep headlamps. You must use side lights only in built-up areas. That one is very unclear even to me. You may use side lights only in built-up areas. First of all, it is impossible to keep your side lights off with these cars, right? Because to get to your main headlight, you must pass through the side lights. So when you turn back one, side lights are on. To activate the main headlight, you go again, back one forward. So all of them are lit. So that's why I think the point, I don't understand. Maybe modern cars have the ability to turn on the side lights and leave or turn on the main headlights and leave the side lights off, which I don't think is possible though. I haven't seen one yet. Okay. Driving at night. At night, you do not have the same appreciation of distance and speed. Some users may only be seen at the last moment. The risk of falling asleep are greater. Are we getting the point? At night, you don't see the same way now. You see only as far as your lights provide, or as the next user's light, if it makes him visible. We talked about stopping and parking. If you park in the wrong place, by the time he turns, you're standing there. That's an accident. So at night, you don't see far. I myself have never enjoyed night driving. I hate it, but some drivers like it. Do not hesitate to be the first to put on your lights once the sun sets or rises. That point is pretty simple now. Do not hesitate. You need to pay, excuse me, pay, you need to go pay, no be soneno. No be in a way you go pay light. So when you see a place to make, let's say, you wonder, on your side lights, so that they see you quick. You avoid me, they no scrub your motor. Some man will say, you know what, why you know on your headlamp? Now free. Maybe the bulb blow, the bulb the cheap. 100 Travigator. We talked about it here. Travigator light. Somebody will go and make sure that he puts sound system in a vehicle that's worth over 200 and something thousand. Screens everywhere. But it's Travigator for 100 francs. The bulb is 100 francs. It's not working. Which that is much more necessary than the sound system in the car. Slow down when changing from main beam to deep headlights, as visibility is reduced to around what? 30 meters. When they say slow down while changing, there's nobody here that does not know that when you leave the light to the darkness, you don't see anything. You need a couple of minutes for your retinals or your eye lenses to recorrect the change of luminosity. Not so, or you are leaving the dark, suddenly somebody just turned on the light. You were sitting in the dark, somebody turns on the light. It's hurtful now. So you need that time. To warn, deep headlights, main beam, highlights. Warning, we know, flashing, chak chak. Flashing, yeah, to warn. You go down and you go up. It's very easy. The same place where your headlamp is, which is the left side. There are two main handles on the car steering, behind the car steering, right? To turn on your side light, you go there, you twist it once. We'll see it in the car. You twist it once forward. That side light to on the main beam. Second time, the headlamps are on, right? You go again, third time now, it's full headlights. Not to. Then to dim it. Now that same handle again, you draw it backward, it's dipped. When you push it forward, it's main beam. If it's a main beam, you want to flash it, you draw it, you come to your body and then go back. You flash it as many times as you want. It will skip and go back from low to high, low to high, low to high. That's what they're talking about, flashing headlamps. For warning now, have your headlight adjusted regularly to ensure you illuminate the roads and do not dazzle others. That's, well, it's an advice to us, but it's possible to adjust your headlamps by yourself, raising it up or putting it down. There's a button in the car where you can do that yourself. So we'll get there when we get to our practicals. Please don't forget to ask questions. things we are talking about, which we can't demonstrate now in our theory class, please remember when we get to the theory, say, you were talking about, where is it? Not so. Overtaking safely at night. Before pulling out, the driver overtaking can flash his main beam headlights briefly. Good coordination and collaboration between drivers enables the driver overtaking to see in front. Good collaboration, meaning what? You alert if you are coming with a car in front of you. You want to overtake at night, right? You flash the headlamp and you have indicated with your trafficator that you want to overtake. The good collaboration now is what? You have called his attention, right? When he turns around and looks in his driving mirror, he sees your trafficator saying that you want to overtake. What does he do? He shifts a little bit to permit you to see in front. That's the good collaboration. Some will not. Mark my word, more than 70%, and I don't think I'm exaggerating, of drivers on the road never came to a class like you guys are doing. I'm talking about 70%. It's not an exaggeration. They will just learn and go. I have some people that went through our YouTube channel, saw some videos when I was talking about road signs. They call me, Mr. Randy, take me for drink. They gave me drinks. They've been driving for over 40 years. They don't know what those road signs mean. They keep seeing them, but they cannot identify. They don't even know what it means. But they do drive. They've been driving. And none of them actually even got into an accident. Right? Why? Because they are slow drivers. They drive carefully. Knowing those road signs, all these road signs will get there, is vital for perfect driving. That's why theoretical classes are very important, because this is only where we can talk about it. In town, you will find no signs, actually. And they made the signs so easy and so understandable that once you see it once and you understand what it means, that's it. It's for life. Right? So, all these things we are talking here is vital for driving. Some people will minimize it. Normally, this class is supposed to be full. So many people scare away from theoretical classes, which this is the foundation of driving. Is this one we are doing? Operating the motor vehicle itself, it's very easy. You can learn how to drive a car in 5 days. I can teach you how to drive a car in 5 days. That is very easy. But now, when driving, what do you know? You don't know anything. We have seen Okada riders now. They just ride. Somebody teaches them in the neighborhood, they come out. They are gone. They overtake left, right. They do all sorts of things. If a driver is supposed to drive the way he has to drive, each driver has to put down at least 6 Okada men per day. But now drivers are instead driving, that's what they call defensive driving, because you cannot drive freely. If you drive freely the way you are supposed to, at least 6 Okada men down for each driver. And we are giving the reason why we are putting all this online is for those people to upgrade themselves so that we can drive freely, we can enjoy, right? Because it's free. You go and watch and upgrade or update yourself so that we can drive freely. You guys are here, we practice, when we go out, the highest people the students complain about, I see Okada, why? They don't want to update themselves. Dazzling, that's what we said. Dazzling. You can adjust the interior rear view mirror to the position at night. I keep talking, I have to go back to YouTube. We've done this already. We were talking about how to adjust your rear view mirror at night to avoid dazzling. Because all these rules we are talking about, some people don't use it. They do know it, but they don't use it. Right? So somebody will flash the light, and there's a way for you to avoid that. There's a button under your rear view mirror. It looks like a small handle. Just pull it towards you, and the angle of the mirror changes direction. Stops the light from coming straight into your eyes. We have a whole video on that. If you are dazzled, flash your headlamps and slow down. We've seen it now. When you are driving, you see some driver the car with headlight way over high. Your own driver go make show you headlight, he put your own headlight down so that make them bypass fire. Very normal. At times they forget, the other driver will forget that his headlamps are too high. You flash him, then you put his headlamp down so that you can see appropriately. Using lights in bad weather. Deep headlights, very obvious. At least try to be visible because the weather is not good. When visibility is reduced due to bad weather, use deep headlights. Now, front fog lights. You may use front fog lights in addition to or in place of deep headlights in the event of fog, snow, or strong rain. You may be conserved in what? Conserved in the presence of other users. We know what our fog lights are now. Fog lights. Now that small one, they were under. So I like talking in pidgin because we have some people that are studying online. The ones that are under the vehicle, that's what is called the fog light. They are very close to the ground because when, in case of dew, if you use your main headlight, not so, what happens? Water is reflective because that dew is what is water now. When you use your main beam headlight, it reflects back on it and comes back to you, so it becomes even worse. The main fog lights, they are down, permitting you to see the road or the road markings so that you know where you are at what time. But if you flash now, you reach where that dew, where you call it dew, if you have a road, you flash your headlamp, it is worse. You need to see nothing. Because it reflect, come back now for you, the white now go pass. Rear fog lights. Rear now, the one for back now. Rear fog lights can be used in fog or snow. They are not permitted in rain, as they would dazzle other users. Well, they say rear fog lights. I've hardly seen one though. If I think about it, I've not seen. Has anybody seen rear fog lights? My guy, you don't ever see white headlamp or back motor? It's wrong. Maybe. But if they are talking about it, it means it's possible, but I've never seen it. The reverse light, yes. The wide one, but rear fog lights, white headlamps are the, I've never seen it though. Driving in rain. Adherence now is friction. I mean, the bond between the wheel of a car and the road surface. That's what they say, adherence. Adherence now in rain. You know that it's low now. When rain, there's water on the road. It's easy for the car to slip or slide. Okay, let's go. Wet road equals sleepy road. Wheels may slip if you start off suddenly. Quick now. It's like braking distance is twice as long as on a dry road. Very understandable. The road, the slide where water didn't know. Your braking distance is long. It's longer because you cannot brake hard. But on the dry surface, you brake hard, the car stops hard too. But when it's wet or slippery, if you brake hard, the wheels lock. And when the wheels of a car lock, the braking distance is increased. That's something so many people don't know. the best braking is slow down. You slow to brake. Don't just smash it. When you smash it and the car starts skidding, the braking distance is doubled. We'll still get there when we get back to braking distance. There's what is called in the car ABS. So many people have seen it in cars. It's there, ABS. We'll get there. Risk of aquaplaning are greater with heavy rain and worn tires. What's aquaplaning? Aquaplaning is skidding on water. When you run too fast and you come, maybe there's a puddle. If you come, the road is a bit like this, and then rain has filled that gap, and you're coming with high speed. You lose control of the car. You cannot steer right, you cannot steer left. The car keeps going straight because the wheels of the car are not touching the surface of the road. It's on the water. That's what's called aquaplaning. It comes with high speeds. When it's raining, drop down your speeds. It's very easy for you to lose your trajectory. If you're coming and you have to take this bend and you're coming on high speeds, wet road, you come so. You cannot take that cut. It will not be possible. Because there's water. Water reduces the adherence between your wheel, the wheel of the car, and the surface of the road. There's something in between that is wet. So it cannot be the same as when it's dry. There are very good points here, bold points. Reduce your speed, which we've talked about. Increase safety distance between vehicles. Safety distance is the gap you leave between your vehicle and the next vehicle in front of you. That's what is called safety distance. We'll get there. It's a whole topic on its own. The gap you leave from the vehicle in front of you and your own vehicle, that's what is called a safety distance. We'll get there. Avoid sudden braking as wheel block more easily. I've just talked about wheel blocking. Allow for a longer braking distance. Allow, meaning allow, permit your car to take time to stop. Meaning that when you are braking in those conditions, don't brake hard, brake slower. Smash the brake pedal very slow so that you will take a longer time to brake, but it's best. Because if your wheels lock, if you brake suddenly and those wheels lock, the distance is actually even doubled. Visibility. When it's raining, visibility is reduced. It is important to see and to be seen, which is straightforward, right? In strong rain, use your front fog lights in addition to deep headlights. We already all understand what it is. Front fog lights and headlamps. Visibility is necessary. Put your windscreen wiper to the maximum speed when passing or overtaking. Use the ventilation system or air condition to avoid mist on the windscreen. There are buttons, there are heaters, there are so many things in cars. We'll get there. This only those are still topics to come, right? We have heaters for your screen not to be foggy. There are buttons in the car you have to do, and they come with signs. Even there, they have shown it. Defrosting, we have seen that sign. It looks like this. That's defrosting when your windscreen is foggy. You use this. They made it. The white man made the car. They have snow. When the snow standing on your glass, what happens is it warms the glass up. It makes the glass warm, so the frost goes away. If you look in the rear glass of a vehicle, you see some. Let's say this is our rear view, the back glass of a car, you see some very thin black lines passing inside the glass like that. Very thin, they are there. Anytime you get into a car, try to look that back glass, you see some small, except when they have changed the glass, when it's broken, when it comes from origin. You see those thin lines. Those lines are there. That's the defrosting. When you turn on that defrosting, these lines heat up the glass behind, and then, you know, if there's water standing there, it drips off. That's why they are doing this. There's water that is going away from the glass. That's the sign. Ventilation is our normal AC fan. You know that there's an AC. You can either put it cold or warm, depending on the condition. That's where you see the fan. Then windscreen wiper. We have it. Windscreen wipers. It has about three stages. Some have 4. We talked about the main headlights. Is this one? There are 2 handles behind the wheel, the steering wheel of the car. 2 hands. This one is the light and the trafficator, left, right. This other one here now, this is where the windscreen is. To turn on the windscreen wiper, 1 step back, it goes to the slow, it stands, then it does this, chwa, chwa, then it waits. It does this, chwa, chwa, it waits. Then when you turn it the second time, what it does this regularly. It does not sleep and wait anymore. Then when you go to the 3rd position, right? That's the highest level. Not so. Some cars have 4, but the main one we know about is 3. 1, it goes, then wait for a couple of seconds. When the rain is really not too much, it waits. If the rain is a bit higher, you turn it on. So what it does is not like this. You push it 1 step forward. It's not like this. Faster, not so good. Deep headlights, yes, we already talked about it now. Use your deep headlights in bad weather. Driving in fog, same thing applies. Bad weather, foggy weather, they're all the same. But let's read through. With reduced visibility, you may see obstacles. You may see obstacles, slow or broken. Yes, slow or broken down vehicle, accident, etc. Too late or not. Or not seen by other users in time. Because you can only see an object when you're already there. Meaning what? Reduce. The first thing there is what? Reduce your speed. Anytime you cannot see in front, reduce your speed. There are some people, like the other day we were going to Santa. We have a school in Santa too. We have a branch in Santa. We were going to Santa last week. Yes, Saturday. I was coming behind a truck, a trailer. You know, they are doing road maintenance, repair. Doors flop. That trailer don't call wonderful doors. So motor devil my front, I devil back that motor before the trailer. So man overtake we inside that doors. In a see no nothing. You overtake we to overtake that trailer inside that doors go. Play what they are not see a far way behind. They are not see front. The man when they go back the trailer in a see no nothing. Then that man can overtake all we go overtake trailer go. High risk because you cannot even see if a car is coming. Use your deep headlamps, fog, rear view, lights in very thick foggy weathers. That's why they call it fog lamps. Adapt your speed to the visibility. You must be capable to stop in. Good. You must be able to stop, meaning what? Slow down. In case you see something that's in front of you, you are able to stop. So don't rush. It's the same thing we are saying. Don't run. If you cannot see, don't run. Increase your safety distance with the vehicle you are following. Same thing. Safety distance, the gap between you and the car in front of you. Driving in strong winds. A violent wind can lead to direction change and may break branches or move objects on the road. Very simple. Does it need any explanation? Winds do carry things and put in the middle of the road now. So driving in windy conditions, drive slower. The safest driver is the best driver. When you drive slow, all these red triangles you see, they say what? Slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down, slow down. Any red triangle, what it's telling you is slow down. We'll get there. This is it. Points under that now is what? Slow down and reduce trajectory changing. Hold the wheel firmly when overtaking heavy goods vehicle or when passing from an opposite and from an exposed to a. Do we understand what is exposed to shelter zone? It's like tunnels now. Let's say this is a tunnel and you're driving from here. This place is exposed. So the air pressure there is different. When you enter inside that tunnel now, the air pressure is also different. That's what they are talking about. They say you hold your wheel firmly. We have been traveling. Have you ever been in a bus where two buses are bypassing? You feel something like a tornado in the middle and it moves the cars, right? Yes. That's why they say hold your wheel firmly, because it can lead to trajectory changes. It can turn your steering on one side or another if you're not holding it firm. But my advice is anytime you are above 60 kilometers per hour going forward, hold your wheel firmly, because even a bad tire takes away the wheel from your hand. Once you're above 60, hold your steering fine, because even a bad tire, steering will come off your hand. They say, where were we? Watch out for objects on the road. We've talked about that because wind pushes things to the road. Driving in mountain, risk. Driving in mountain poses additional risk. Long climbs, long descent, numerous sharp bends. It's no manner. Long climbs, the engine, the car is tired. Long descent, the brakes is tired. And then mountain tracks are always very bendy, right? So these are the advices they are giving us here. Do not brake consistently to avoid hitting your brake and making them less effective. That's what we are saying. Long descents, you tend to hold your brakes too much and they get hot. And when your brakes discs are hot, they don't hold properly. There are measures to take about that. It's a whole class on its own. We'll get there. Shift down gears and use engine braking as much as possible. Engine braking, when they say engine braking, it means permit the gear to carry the car, not you braking. So you drop down to lower gears and let the engine carry the car rather than you slowing it out with your leg. We'll get there. It's a whole topic on its own. Where there is no visibility, warn others by sounding your horn or flashing headlights at night. Pretty simple. Sorry. The often narrow roads make overtaking difficult. Road surface in the mountains are often in worse conditions than elsewhere. Who thinks that statement is true now? Mountain roads are always bad. Why? Cars are climbing, they use more force to climb, so they tend to destroy the road surface. Do not attempt hazardous overtaking maneuvers. Why? The road is windy. Windy roads are very, there are mountain roads now. It's very difficult to overtake there because too many blind angles. It is either you're going like this or going like this or going like this. So overtaking when you can't see what is coming from front. That's what he's talking about. hazardous overtaking maneuvers. It's hazard for yourself and for the other users. Watch out for fallen stones on the road, which you may only see at the last moment. Very obvious. Windy roads. You want your tonsils on stone slip in your front, you do high speed. Na knocking, na accident, no. Dangerous descents. This sign indicates a dangerous a descent of about 10%. We've seen it. It's what? First of all, this one, as I was talking, this one means what? Potential danger ahead. We use the word potential. Yes. Potential danger ahead. So it says what? Slow down. Then you identify now what is inside, which is an inclination with 10%, right? And a car. Let me just put a box here to represent the car. Adapt your speed to the slope. You see this 10% that is there. This 10%. When it's at 10%, it means that descent, since it's a descent now, for every 10, is it 100 meter? Every 100 meter you go forward, you have gone down 10%. You have gone down 10 meters deep from where you were, and you start hearing your ears lock. At times, climbing up station, you hear your ear, it makes some noise, or ear lock, or come down. That's atmospherical pressure or something like that. Like if I can remember. The higher you go, the colder it becomes, the lower you go, and so on. So even air has density, has weight. When you change levels up or down, you feel it in your ears. It even worries the eyes. They said what? Adapt your speed to the slope. I think that's it because I was talking about driving in difficult condition. It's very, very short and simple. You know if you drive with speed in AC, it's impossible. So driving in difficult condition, it takes only what? Slow down on your headlamps. Make sure say you see front and maybe the other man to where they can see you. As simple as that. So avoid braking too much when going down on very steep slope, long slopes like Chang Hill. So many cars fail brakes there. Why? Excessive brakes holding. Try to use your engine brake. Not so. So even to our viewers out there, please, if you need any information, there's a number that appears under your screen. Just try to get to us. You can call. It's a WhatsApp number. You can chat with us on WhatsApp and find out and ask any question you want, because we are here for you and you are there. We are here. Thank you.